surprises.
The official Superman trailer has finally come out today, and it was genuinely such a beautiful trailer. We have so much to talk about. I have so many thoughts that I want to share. Let's go ahead and get started. So the trailer opens up with Clark giving Lois permission to interview him as Superman. Now, even though this is a really short moment in the trailer, this actually means a lot for the overall story. What this scene tells us is that A, Clark and Lois are already together, and B, Lois knows his secret identity. Now, she still might find out like somewhere at the beginning of this movie, or most likely off screen before the movie started, but this scene pretty much just gives us a deeper look into what their actual relationship and dynamic looks like in this movie. We learn about one of the first conflicts in this movie where Superman stops a war on the other side of the planet illegally. Due to these actions, the Secretary of Defense, Rick Flag Sr. from Creature Commandos, is now looking into Superman. We actually get to see a lot of Superman's personality in this trailer. When Lois is questioning him about his actions, he gets incredibly emotional and defensive. It kind of surprised me. Not that I blame him or I'm complaining, but it did surprise me to see that much. We get to see a lot of Superman interacting with civilians in this trailer, and I'm very glad that civilians are part of the overall world, and they're an important part to the point where they're even showing up in the trailers. Civilians matter a lot in Metropolis, so I'm glad that James Gunn is getting this right. We see Superman fighting a guy in a big suit who also has heat vision. This is most likely Ultraman. I think that we also see this same character later in the trailer as we see someone that looks like Superman angrily throwing a table at a glass window, standing right in front of Lex Luthor as well. But at the same time, we also get this shot of Lex taunting Superman drinking a cup, and so maybe that could be the same scene and it's just shot differently and it's confusing us. Or maybe the guy throwing that table is actually Bizarro / Ultraman. One of the scenes I'm really looking forward to seeing in this movie is Superman falling down and getting helped by this civilian. Something about civilians standing up for Superman after all he's done for them just always hits so hard for me. We get this really badass scene of Lex and the Mechanic breaking into the Fortress of Solitude and fighting Krypto and the Superbots. Superman also saves this lady from a kaiju. The same kaiju that we've seen all over the marketing for this movie. We actually get a scene of what seems to be young Clark Kent and Pa Kent on the Smallville farm. And we get a deeper look into Lex's character as well.
Man. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I think Lex's dialogue in this movie is going to be very interesting. I think they actually teased Lex into becoming the president in this trailer as well.
Did you consult with the president?
No.
And that's kind of scary to me. I don't know. That makes me nervous. We see Superman in the same cage that we saw him in the last trailer, except this time we see other people in the cage as well. Metamorpho's in the corner, and we've got some type of guard standing over Superman here as well. And we actually see Metamorpho's hand glowing green in the corner. So this leads me to believe that Metamorpho has turned his hand into kryptonite in order to weaken Superman. Obviously, don't know why. I guess we'll have to find out in July. I'm leaving the corny rhyme in because this is a Superman video, by the way. We get a little bit more context into the fight scene with Ultraman that we saw in the last trailer as well. It turns out this fight is actually a 1v2. Superman is fighting both Ultraman and the Mechanic in this scene. And I think that this is probably the fight that gets Superman so beat up to where he flies to the fortress to ask Krypto for help in the first trailer. We get this really sweet scene with Clark and Ma Kent where she's like, "I washed your boots, let me go get them for you," right before he's about to fly off. We get even more Clark versus the kaiju. We get to see a small little taste of the Daily Planet, which looks awesome. I really hope that the second trailer actually focuses on Clark's life and not Superman, so we get to see Clark, a little bit more of his parents, more of his relationship with Lois and his work life, as well as Jimmy Olsen too. And the last shot in this trailer that I really want to talk about is when Superman flies directly up and then flies directly back down at the ground. I don't know who bro is flying at, but they are cooked. They're done. I'm extremely satisfied with the Superman trailer. I would probably rate this trailer a 9 out of 10. I really like how they used Lois's interview at the beginning to kind of format the entire trailer and the story overall. And I really enjoyed seeing a lot of Clark's personality in this trailer as well.